Sparta is at the brink of collapse. They've been pushed back battle after battle after battle till they are all but left to sit in this settlement and fight to the last man. What's going on, guys? Rapid Plays here. I hope you guys are very, very, very excited for this video because, guys, just over these walls is an it's not even unthinkable amount of enemies have come to disperse what is left of Sparta. As you can see, they have rows of javelins lined up, rows of hoplites lined up, ready to charge these walls to cut down what is left of these Spartan armies, guys. I hope you guys are ready for this video because is it a good one? So guys, what this video scenario is Sparta is down to its last couple of armies here. This is all that is left of Sparta's once great nation, their once great city-state. And guys, this army here has come to kill them. So Sparta is greatly outnumbered in this battle for a reason. Sparta is meant to be fighting a losing fight in this scenario, but it is going to be cool to see them fight to the very bitter end. Let me tell you guys, these archers are big in this battle. They let loose a disgusting amount of arrows. And here they go, already starting to open up onto this unit of light hoplites, dropping 6 of them before they can even get to the walls. So if these enemies thought this was going to be an easy fight, well, I think these Spartans are here to tell them that it is going to be anything but. So we're going to look at what this friendly army has here. They are mainly comprised of some Spartan youths, as you can see here, Spartan youths, and then they have Spartan hoplites, guys. These hoplites are disgustingly good, and you're going to see just how long these guys can hold on for. But over here, it is pretty much the same thing, guys. We have some Spartan hoplites, and some peltases throwing javelins at these guys as soon as they hit the ground. And I mean, they're doing their best, but they are getting cut down pretty quickly. Now, all these hoplites have rather large shields, so it is going to be decently hard for them. Now, this unit is taking arrow fire before they're even getting in. Not doing too much damage due to those really big shields, but they are taking arrow fire. Now, over here, you're starting to see the first units are charging this flank. And most of my army's reserves are going to sit here in the back for the final defense. For the final defiant defense, guys, because, I mean, look at this. It's an overwhelming force here. They're going to end up taking the walls, but it'll just be a matter of when and how many casualties can be inflicted. I mean, if you're looking at this fight here, these hoplites are getting mowed down by not only arrows, but javelin alike, guys. If we look over here, you will see just volleys upon volleys starting to fly into these lines over here, cutting down these hoplites like it is absolutely nothing. Now, they did manage to sneak a few guys through to try to take that tower, but these guys dispersed of them very, very easily, as you can see here. Very easily dispersed of. They're going to run back over here and reform yet again to face the rest of that unit. Now over here, these archers are doing their best to put down a lot of fire, and we also have some more Spartan hoplites here ready to hold. And yeah, here it is. You're starting to see these archers racking up that disgusting amount of kills I was talking about. Let's see what these guys are already at. These guys are already at 39 kills. These guys are at 4 as they just started to open fire. Up here, we do have some units starting to move and starting to look like these slingers might be looking to throw a little bit. Just where, we'll have to wait and see. But guys, over here we have more Spartan hoplites waiting to push down. Now over here, this fight is getting good. Men lined up, Pirioki hoplites, I believe. No, Skiritai? I don't know. We just have light spears over here. Light spears versus light spears. And this is just going to be a battle of holding. Now you're starting to see some archers push up a little bit of a pathfinding error there from the AI. They were supposed to go around here, but they took a straight path and they are running into this fight now. So eventually I do notice that and I do pull them out of that fight. But these archers are pushing up because I am starting to see a little bit of a vulnerability here. They have some slingers out and about, but guys, there is this thing called a tower sitting here that's going to be eating up, I'd say, about 90% of the arrows. So this pretty much comes to nothing here. And eventually I do see these guys are starting to push up, so the archers do push back. But until that point, these guys are all in this fight, and there it is. The archers are starting to fall back a little bit. And over here, you're starting to see it. The slingers have set up, and they are starting to soft side into the back of these picked hoplites here. This unit is insane. So as many of these picked hoplites as we can cut down, guys, we're going to do it. We're going to sit here. We're just going to throw rocks into their backs here. Might be a very, very, very cheap way of killing them, but I'd rather kill them with rocks and have to deal with them with spears. And now you're starting to see the rest of this massive army pushing up, guys. Wow. Wow, is this insane. This is an insane number of men here. Just rows upon rows upon rows of men pushing up these siege towers. You're starting to see a little bit of friendly fire there from the javelins hitting people on the towers. But this is just rows upon rows of spears and hoplites alike. Javelins are throwing up and over the walls, looking like they're trying to pin down this unit of Spartan hoplites here. And they did manage to break through here, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue. But javelins are now being thrown from units, and arrows are being shot into the sides of some of these units as they are trying to push up. Things are getting very difficult for them, but here they go. They're starting to push up into this unit of Spartan hoplites here, but they have to deal with some of the other retreating units first. They have to deal with these slingers here, who did pick up a couple kills, but in the end are just having to fall back, taking more casualties than there are kills, because this is not going to be holdable. But look at the amount of dead Spartans here. That is going to hurt a lot, and that first front is pretty much all but fallen. We're trying to hold out in a couple areas, but the Spartans just don't have the numbers anymore to hold out. They're having to fall back almost everywhere. This unit's at 16 kills. They just started to open up. This unit over here is at 72. This unit's at 39. So archers are playing a decent part in this battle right now. You're starting to see it. Arrows flying into the backs of this unit. I believe that this is another, picked hoplite unit. Starting to get hit from behind rather hard by those arrows. So we're going to see how these arrows play into the fate of these picked hoplites, because you're starting to see men are dropping like flies in the back here. And now over here to the right, you are seeing some slingers set up and getting ready to throw into the flanks. See if we can watch them get a little bit of a volley here. Oh yeah, look at that. The boys starting to heave some rocks. We know what slingers can do on a flanking fire. I mean, we're witnessing it firsthand yet again. Archers are still pouring arrows into the backs of these poor picked hoplites. And I mean, look at this. It is becoming a massacre up here. But again, the Spartans don't have the numbers to be able to hold everywhere. If they could have held here, here, and here, this battle, we could have kept them all here. But the Spartans, battered from past battles, have to fall back to the keep. Archers starting to retreat, men starting to retreat everywhere, just trying to make it out alive, trying to put up one final stand. And up here, you have men sacrificing themselves so then the rest of the army can make it. Spartan hoplites up here fighting for their brothers' lives, as now you're starting to see these light hoplites catch some of the archers as they're trying to retreat. The archers are having to turn around and fight, and this is going to be a massacre here. This arrow tower is helping out a little bit though, but it is not going to be enough, and men are pouring in from the top here now. Archers are trying their best to retreat back up this hill as you have Spartan hoplites waiting to face the enemy. We also have 2 units of Royal Spartans, the general units, waiting up here for one final stand. Oh man, look at this. Look at this sight. Will the Spartans hold? We are going to find out here. And for how long can they hold is going to be the big one. And the archers do manage to disengage and are running back up. But this front has all but fallen up here. You have a couple units of men scattered. These slingers are trapped. So they're just going to sling until their unit collapses. They're slinging into the side of this hoplite unit, trying to get as many kills as possible. But it's, for the most part, it is going to be all in vain. These slingers are throwing to the last man here, trying to take out as many of these hoplites as possible. I mean, you're seeing them cut down quite a few of these men here, getting this unit down to 105. So they're doing their best. These slingers are putting in their best effort here, but I mean, realistically, how much can they do? And the final battle is looking like it is getting ready to start here. Men capturing the final towers. Spartans prepared, ready to face the enemy. And here they come. The first wave is charging up. And here comes the collision. Shields against shields. Hoplites against hoplites. This is going to be one epic stand to the end. Now the archers have a very, very, very advantageous position up here. But many of them are starting to run low on ammo. So they're going to do whatever they can here, picking up as many kills as possible, starting to hammer down on the backs of these units sitting over here. These lightly armored light hoplites are starting to feel the wrath of arrows, but now they're starting to charge up, and with their shields facing the arrows, they're going to be taking a lot less casualties than before, but still, men getting cut down in droves by the arrows. Now back over here, this battle is pretty much done. The slingers did end up picking up a decent amount of kills here. This battle up front is pretty much done as well. These Spartan hoplites did all they could. They held to the very end, but this final fight is what's left. Archers are now firing arrows into the sky down at these units, trying to support their infantry. With whatever arrows that they can find, they are just putting in the sky and into these units. The general is sitting over here watching his men fight, doing everything he can, and here it comes, the onslaught of never-ending men here. Javelin men pushing up, more hoplites pushing up, and back here more hoplites upon archers, upon slingers, upon javelin men are pushing what is left of the Spartans. And the Spartans will try their best to hold, though. They have two very decent units left here, but upon this just massive mountains of enemies, how can they expect to hold? Well, aid is coming through the air. Their archers are doing as much as they can. I mean, look at the amount of arrows being loosed down. It is just like a steady waterfall into these enemies at this point, trying to get as many kills as possible. And you are seeing that these archers are picking up a decent amount of kills. Some of these units up here are starting to really rack up kills. I mean, this one's at 33. This one's at 145. This one's at 78, 91. So these guys are picking up a lot of kills. I mean, it's just a matter of time, really, until they run out of arrows. And now these three units have run out of arrows. These three were the three that were up here fighting. So they're going to have to go and push down into melee. As the generals are now starting to get targeted down by javelins, you're seeing javelins just lacing the fronts everywhere, and men are starting to drop. You're seeing archers get hit by javelins as well. And over here, these guys are going to turn their fire and hopefully try to silence those javelins to the best of their abilities. You're seeing them fire over this little hillside into now 1, 2, 3 units of javelins, and they have a unit of slingers and a unit of archers pushing up along with another unit of slingers. And over here you have another unit of javelins, another unit of peltis, another unit of javelins. The world brought their armies to bring down the Spartans, and yet the Spartans continue to fight. They know what they're fighting for. They're fighting for their freedom. They're fighting for their families, and they are putting up one heck of a fight as the first unit wavers. The first unit of light hoplites start to waver here. This fight is getting intense up here in the front. You can just tell by how little frames the game is able to produce right now that this fight is getting good. And you can just see it. Hoplites versus hoplites. It is just a rough battle up here. Arrow fire is now coming down, starting to hit these archers decently hard. They're doing their best. Oh, yeah, look at that. Arrows cutting down those peltis right here that are throwing javelins at their general. They notice that their general is taking fire and decided that it is now or never to help him. And, well, guys, they chose now for sure. Now, these archers that are out of ammo are charging down into the fight as well, doing everything they can to win this fight. You have one unit of archers left up here, and they are putting down arrow fire onto their enemies. And look at that. They did break that unit. They shattered them. They are running away now. I believe the next target will be these archers. We're going to wait to have to see where this next arrow fire is going to come down at. We're going to wait for this next volley, and wherever this volley comes down at, we're going to know very, very quickly. And here it is. The first volley comes down into these archers, cutting down a decent amount of men. I believe that was about 10 men getting cut down there. And I say that I think it's about 10. I know it's about 10 because I remember playing it. So yeah, 10 men get cut down in that first volley, and this archer unit is struggling, guys. They are about to start to waver. But guys, look, just as they start to waver, you know what happens? The bows fall silent. The last unit is out of arrows, and with being out of arrows, guys, Sparta starts to lose hope. They realize that all of their aerial support is now gone, and all they have left is their swords, so they take up fighting in this last brutal stand up here. As long as they can fight, they can hold, and there is a chance, guys. No matter how you look at it, there's always a chance. The general is sitting up here doing his best. Now the friendly that is our general starting to charge down into the fight. He's starting to try to reinforce, but as he's charging down, he's getting stuck on the friendly general unit who's just standing here, which is leading to more of his men getting cut down on the way in, as you can see, because they're not able to get in the fight. They are easy pickings for those slingers. So they do a lot of them do manage to make it down into this fight, though. As the last of the Spartans are starting to break. The generals charge in, trying their best to hold. But guys, Sparta has fallen. The last of the armies have indeed fallen. And oh my god, we cannot do 2 times speed. That shatters my game. But as you can see, the generals have already wavered. And guys, that is it. That is the fall of Sparta. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more like it in the future, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, I will see you on next time. Peace.